Hello, everybody.
Hi, hey
Welcome.
stream. How's it going?
Yes, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Galavants through Rashiva. Sorry that we are later than usual. I just got home like right as our starting time was supposed to be, so I had to, quickly set up and yeah. But yes, we're here. We are ready, and yeah.
Ready as we can be, anyway.
Absolutely.
And I think as long as everybody's geared, has everybody made sure to put on their character pants?
Yeah.
Mine are in the wash. I'm screwed.
Oh, oh, well.
Hey, we were supposed to bring pants.
That's a great response. We're off to a great start. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna need more alcohol by the time this session's done. I'll always drink responsibly, just so you know, YouTube.
Yeah.
And let us begin. For a quick refresher of what had transpired last session, you all had found the temple in honor of the goddess of death, Ophelia, and had, on her very sacred grounds, quite the discussion between party members, resulting in her taking offense to this misuse of your time alive and brought you all within the holds of her temple. In this, you have faced judgment, and only one of you deemed worthy. Val, you since were kicked from her hallowed halls by one of her esteemed reapers.
Yep. And is sitting outside away from the temple doors, but not so far as to be in danger from the from whatever is in the darkness here.
In fact, I would say let's first touch base with you and with Gideon. What are you two up to?
Val, you go first. I'm a bit busy right now.
Okay. Val, after being shunted out of the Raven Queen's temple, has done a lot of cursing due to the fact that he was deemed not worthy to speak to the Raven Queen about his plight. And due to some other things that were said, is not like himself as usual, and has sought to be by himself away from everybody else while waiting for Mara and Barrick to exit the temple as well.
Gotcha. It is at this stage, indeed, that Barrick, you find yourself suddenly upon the steps up toward the doors. You are looking at the doors into the temple proper, and well, you have a memory of what had just transpired. It feels like you gained some knowledge of something important. And whatever it is, you should hold on to it. You can see Gideon stood there, see Val standing somewhat far from the rest of the party, and do not see Mara having come back from her own excursion to the temple just yet.
Gotcha.
Oh.
And I'm kind of like look at the door, look down, look over to the party, be like, huh, that's, hmm. I'm gonna
Is
come back.
anybody doing anything to act on what's going on?
Look, this is to us, right? Like, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Upon hearing Barrick exit out from the temple, Gideon would sort of look up from his prayer book. He would sort of nod over at Barrick and close it. He has a bit of a thoughtful expression on his face. He has clearly been thinking about something. As he walks his Barrick, he simply speaks out. So, how did it go?
I don't think I meant. I was just taken to. I don't think I was taken to the Raven Queen. I was just brought in and taken to a separate place.
What do you think Mara has been doing?
I have no idea.
That,
I cannot answer that because as soon as I got brought in with the two of them, I was separated from the two of them. They were from Val and Mara.
right. I think I need to talk to you and Val whenever you would be able.
Yep.
Whenever.
If you want, yeah.
Val seems really upset right now, so I'm not sure if it'll be the best time to do it.
From the looks of Val's expression, I could see things did not go well. At least on his end.
Right. He then just sort of frown and looks back down at his prayer book. You don't think, Waving Tree would be upset about this? Sort of waves it.
She might at least be like a moment, at least a little miffed, if only for the fact that, arguing on her doorstep.
Right.
And I am not someone who serves her, so I cannot accurately state as to how she would take it in the long run.
Alright.
Because I do not want to say, something that would not necessarily be true, especially for that of a god or goddess at that.
Right. When you think Val would... whatever. Hey, Val, can you talk?
Val just sits there in silence with his back to you.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sorry.
But is it something you wanted to talk to the both of us about, I'm assuming?
Right. This should be something the whole party should be talking about, but right now, you two are sort of. Okay, you two are the smartest of the group, so.
Shut up, Lana.
We get it.
And no, don't mind me. I'm not having a snorkel with the immediate shade on Mara.
Talking shit when she's not here to defend herself.
But if you said that it should be something that we should discuss as a group, then so we should probably try and wait to have her join so that she could be part of the conversation.
Right. But yeah, that makes sense.
Especially because she is part of our party, and if it's that
Right.
important, that it needs to be talked about as a group, we should make sure it gets talked about as a group.
There's something I've been holding on to. I think Mara sort of wasted her whiffs. Do you remember what she whistled for? Alright, wait, yeah, only Val. Val didn't tell you, right?
If it was mentioned, it was probably something about family.
Right, she wished to see her parents again.
Hey, Lana.
Aye.
Roll for Val to shoot Gideon in the foot.
Whoa!
You want me to actually roll that? I'll roll it right now.
No,
No.
am I just rolling for a base attack for that?
And now begins pain.
I mean, are you actively shooting? Are you pulling your bow out to fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a ranged attack.
Ooh, that struck a
Gideon, what's
nerve.
your armor class?
Uh, 22 to hit.
Damn.
I think that goes through the armor.
Yeah, that is more than that exceeds his armor class.
He really did not care for that comment.
That'll be... Hold on 1 second. I gotta double check something. No. Okay, that's my other character I'm thinking of then. Eight points of damage.
How?
So Val, please describe to dear Gideon how it is you have just put an arrow in his foot.
At the comment of hearing that Gideon says that Mara wasted their wish, Val immediately unholsters his bow from his back, pulls a arrow off of his hip, turns around, and immediately strikes his foot. Doesn't say a single thing. This is all done in a single swift motion. There was no warning, no preemptiveness to it. It was immediate as soon as he heard it. Kind of like the equivalent of being bitch slapped, but Val's 20 feet away probably.
Yeah, so Gideon, your adrenaline kicks in as your subconscious registers the threat of the arrow, And thanks to this rush of adrenaline, you're able to watch that thing slow-mo just go shunk into your foot. The pain registers also in slow motion as you can feel it travel up your leg. And of course, it's very painful.
I don't feel it. Oh, I feel it.
Gideon immediately starts hopping on like 1 foot and just yells. That hurts. That is very obviously it hurts.
Yeah, that was the point. You don't get a right to dictate if someone wasted something.
He
We
sort of grits his
might not
teeth.
have thought it was smart, but that wasn't our decision to make. That was Mara's.
He sort of grits his teeth and goes to pull out the arrow.
No, you can easily just pull out the arrow.
Because didn't let me finish. Didn't let me finish what I was going to say. He sort of snaps it in his hand. She wasted it because she was going to see them anyway. That's the entire reason I met up with her. That's the Jesus, Clarissa.
It doesn't matter. And
Does
he goes,
matter because she used a wish on that. If you make a wish on something that's already going to happen, what
it wasn't
will that do?
a wish.
Or fate dictate whatever it was that she did.
It matters. She changed the fate of her meeting her parents. She didn't wish it. And even if she had, it still wouldn't matter. It was Mara's decision. Just as it was my decision to shoot you in the foot for it. Should have at least figured that so much about me by now.
It being faithful. She just wandered into literal death domain, into the temple of the literal god of death, and she is fated to meet her parents. What do you think that might imply?
Val draws his arrow and holds the point of the arrow to Gideon's head. Do you think I don't know that?
Everybody, please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
A 21.
22. Wait. Sorry, 21. I can math.
That is an 8.
Everyone, you feel your weapons, whether you are holding them or whether they are on your hips, feel like hot fire, and that you are compelled to drop them. As soon as they leave your hands, next you drop to your knees. Standing, towering even over all of you, is one of the chosen reapers. Lamia, who is standing a full 15 feet over you, up on her tail's length, scythe in hand, and a frigidly cold look in her eyes. You were already warned once, and you do this again on my lady's lands. Do you ask for your souls to be sent to oblivion, mortals? she flicks her hand, and you feel your bodies are under your control again, and your weapons, even from their places on the ground, no longer feel like burning fire. My lady values life greatly. She is, however, not above punishing those who so heedlessly. I cannot even bear to speak what it is you do here. You will respect these grounds. Is that understood?
Understood.
Yes.
Beric just nods.
This Reaper lowers herself down to a more normal height, strikes the ground with the bottom of her scythe's haft, and a gateway opens, out of which Mara steps. On the palms of Mara's hands, you can see briefly the image of Ophelia's mark. There is a last glare from this Reaper to all except Mara. Then she vanishes from sight. All you hear is the sound of flapping wings and a raven's call.
What? Hi, Mara. Let's get out of here before another argument happens.
All right.
Because this is not the time for. This is not the place for it. Because if we keep.
I'm well aware. Let's just leave. But when we get back up, we need to have a talk. We just need to chat.
Mara doesn't say anything. She just wordlessly summons her her flying carpet and climbs on.
Vivian just sort of puts down that portable hold of his and just puts all his weapons in it. He doesn't care to arm himself. At least not right in front of the temple.
Val will silently climb onto the back of the carpet. With a glance like he's going to say something to Mara, but decides not to.
It is a quiet and somber journey through these strange and bizarre lands. It is quiet and contemplative, and in this atmosphere, the journey feels quicker than you remember it being. And before you know it, you have left out of the Feywilds. You have found a portal to exit, and you find yourselves in the forests of the Elven Lands again. Val, you of course know the way back to your home castle.
Val will summon the Night Rider, and will begin traveling back to the city, back to the palace.
I think it's probably safe that everyone, like at least for right now, everyone follows along relatively quietly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't would follow. Okay, so can we talk now?
Well, it's a good time as any.
Okay. First of all, Mara, did you learn anything? You don't have to tell us anything, of course, but
Mara was just looking down at the symbol on her hand, and she just looks up to you and she says, "I'm not sure."
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I've been thinking. I've been thinking a lot. You all remember one of the cards I drew, right?
Wasn't it? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you did draw a few cards, and I know there was one that you didn't use quite yet.
Right. Two I haven't used. One lets me spy on anyone, but it's 2 ways. And one that is much more important, much more life-changing. You all remember how I can change a fate. I've been thinking what I should use that for. Do any of you have any suggestions before I say what I've been thinking?
Well, I'm not sure about the rest of the party, but like it's something that only like while we could recommend stuff, it's your card that you ultimately choose to do. You choose what to do with it. So
Right, but I want you and Val are both smarter than me. I want to hear your suggestions. I want to make sure I don't do anything stupid, or at least stupider than I have been doing.
well, I can't think of anything offhand right now. I will not speak for Val, and I know Val's probably not in the mood for it right now.
This is important. This has changed a lot of things.
What was it that you were thinking of doing with it?
I had three ideas. One of them I think I know Val would not like. So one of the ideas is I use the card on Calvin or the wizard, try to make them redeem themselves, try to make them, stop messing around. That is obviously would take away their freedom, which I know Val would not like. So that is likely the worst option. He sort of looks over at Val.
Upon looking at Val, Val is you only see Val's back, and he's not giving any sign that he's paying attention, let alone even listening to what's being said. You can only assume, but there is no recognition.
Okay, I'm done. So let's just put that on the burner for now. Let's just ignore that suggestion. One of the others is that I tried using it on either myself or one of you, one of the party members. If I use it on one of us, I could theoretically make us become something, be something more powerful, stronger, what have you. Maybe something strong enough to change the situation. Maybe not an outright deity, but something close to it. You know, said in your mortality or what have you. Turn into divinity. Obviously, that might have another host of issues, and gods knows what, you know, the other gods will think of that, but that is my second idea. The third might just be also pretty bad. Barrick, you said the cards were actually a dead goddess, a goddess that has been divided into 3 essences or whatever.
Yeah.
Mara, you said you said you drew a card and were able to talk to some lady.
Yeah.
Was she nice?
She seemed it.
Okay, I think that maybe she was that goddess, and if it was or whatever, one of my ideas is maybe try using the cards to bring her back, resurrect her or whatever. Then we'd have, you know, a god owe us a favor, plus, you know, a god of fate probably isn't evil per se, but, you know, that's another option to change it hopefully for the better. If the cards can even do that. It would
No.
also get rid of the cards, which the only reason we still have them is so no one else can use them. So to prevent a lot of disasters later.
Before I put food to thought to any of this, do you recall what exactly that card does? Like the
It
exact wording of that card that you.
it lets me choose a final fate, but if I remember, and Lana, you can confirm, it's not specifically death. It's not particularly death. It's just a end of something. It may be retirement. It may be something. Assumedly, ending someone's death or ending someone's mortality would also count as a ending. So it would be a sort of something else.
At least, and this is just what I will say, we should probably not like wait a moment before committing to any one of these, if only for the fact that um anyone could potentially not be something we originally thought.
Right, but there's 2 issues. One of them is that, you know, I have to use this eventually. There is a timer on it. I don't know when it will make me use it. Another thing is, well, I don't really want to keep holding on to it. I don't want to keep having that with me. It's a lot of power, and I don't think I can trust myself to keep it safe. To not have someone make me use it in a less than beneficial way.
That is a fair point. However, I know at least if we were to do the second option where you were to do it on one of us, that would still bring up the issue of
Of
as
who?
you said, who, and also unintent, like, kind of playing off of what you said earlier, like, it's stepping them up, but at the same time, there's going to be costs and, with that.
Okay, out of character real quick. I think I made a mistake. Lana, you said it's just Fate in general, not Final Fate. Or
It
you
is
clarified that?
indeed a final fate. What
Alright.
said final fate may be anything. I emphasize anything. You could
Alrighty.
state that said final fate is the last thing he gets is a bagel.
Calvin, you get one bagel before you die.
Yes,
A
just
singular
understand
possible.
that it can be anything. And I must stress this because I don't want you thinking in any like one-dimensional terms. Anything.
Alright. Okay. So there's a timer on it, and there's also the fact that, well, I don't know, when I use it, even when I call upon its power, have it grant that fate, what have you, I don't know when it will happen. I can't be like, make it happen immediately, or make it happen in a year.
Because that's going to be because it's likely going to take some time, especially for certain things.
So it needs to be worth it. It needs to be retroactively worth whatever time it takes.
To build, like, by the time it gets to that point, it would have been worth to build up to that, whatever fate that happens.
Right. So, Mara, you're part of this too. This can influence you. What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you?
Well, I guess I do have one suggestion. What if we all come up with something we can use it on, and then we can vote on which one is the best option?
Yeah, I think that would be all right. I think that would be good.
think it's yeah. Although it will be something that probably at least a few of us will want to take some time to think about before. We come to, come together again for that.
God, this fucking mouse. I'm sorry. My mouse keeps disconnecting. Fuck it. I'm getting my other mouse. I don't care. Hang on.
Absolute furious noises.
This reminds me of when my mouse was fucking bugging out. Yeah, no, it was bad. It was real bad.
The problem is that my other mouse has a problem where it just right clicks randomly, and so I was like, between the two, randomly disconnecting is better, but it's just getting too much. So. Okay.
Do you use the Red Dragon gaming stuff?
I do not. My mouse is from Use, Youse.
Does it do any of like the cool like light up shit?
Yeah.
Okay. I found that with mine, because you're describing the exact same problem I had. Go into that program that controls all of the lighting and shit, and just stop it. Just disconnect it.
Okay. Right.
And for whatever reason, that has worked for me, and I have not had a problem since.
Alright, I'm gonna have to download the Use app. Or whatever it is. Or do they have something? Or like, hang on. Software.
Chuck, go away.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything about software. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Device manager.
What's really funny is Diamond's having the exact same mouse problem that I was having. But they have a different program is the thing.
Port? No.
I'm almost 100% sure it's Windows.
Oh, nice. Here we go. Driver.
And it's just screwing with the lighting program, because once we disconnected it, like, it's been fine. That's so dumb. Why does Windows gotta be such an ass?
Because Bill Gates.
You know what? Yeah, fair.
I am not seeing anything that would allow me to turn off the light. Hang on. Mouse settings. Nope. Shit.
Yeah. I would play with it later. I'll talk to you like
Yeah.
after session about it, and
All right.
you can like screen share with me, and I might be able to. I also have Chuck the Wizard next to me, who just magically makes things work too.
All right. Okay. Anyways, yeah, we were talking about fate.
Yep.
So, Mara is just going to reach over, and she's going to tug on Val's sleeve and just go, what do you think?
He looks over to Mara, kind of not all there. Like, you kind of just brought him out of a deep thought. What, Mara? I'm sorry, I wasn't exactly fully paying attention.
Well, we were all thinking about how to use Gideon's fate card, and we thought that, if we all came up with an idea and then voted on the best one, then that could help it. That could be our solution.
was like their final fate?
I had 3, but we decided to just vote.
I'm sure whatever you guys come up with will be great. I'm gonna head back first. I'll see you guys back at the palace, and Val will take off on Knight Rider.
Hmm. Interesting.
Oh God.
Actually, I know Knight Rider has a goddamn name, and I wrote it down, but I don't remember what it is.
Ah, yes, you have named your steed. Therefore, you are cursed to forever never be capable of remembering it.
Oh, it's Polaris.
Just get
Oh,
ready
dang.
for it to die.
Yeah. So Val rides off on Polaris back to the palace.
Excellent.
God.
We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's finish real quick with what you guys shall choose for your fates. And I realize it's terrible to ask you guys to rush any roleplay, but
Russell roleplay.
at least a little bit. Like, dang it, so many things are falling into place. But I also still really want to hear you guys decide on this.
It's like I will say, Gideon, this is probably something that we should give some thought to before we do it right now.
Right.
So
Right. I'm obviously not telling you all to do it right now.
we should probably head back and make sure that at least keep an eye on Val.
I'm a bit worried about him.
So we should probably try and
Barrett,
catch up.
for someone who's probably spent the most intimate amount of time with Val besides Mara, you will know that this isn't like Val when he was pissed off and about to go on a fucking murder spree. This is just
He needs some
borderline
time.
depression, and just you can definitely tell he wants to be alone. No, I'm
Gotcha.
not saying that's gonna stop Barrick and everyone from their decision. I'm just letting you know that is the vibe you would have gotten from him.
Gotcha.
I'll
Like
give you
Barrick
right
would
back.
still be like, hey, we should probably at least keep an eye on him. While he may want to be left alone for a little bit, we should still keep an eye on him. Cause yeah, he's not. I think with all that's happened lately, I think the stress and everything is just he needs some time. So let's hurt.
Did I do this?
No, it's not. It's not your fault. Don't worry.
But if I
Mara, I
hadn't,
think
If anything, it was my fault for starting the argument.
I will say, if anything, Mara, it does seem that you are able to help at least comfort him a little bit, at least from what I've noticed. So I think if it's anyone who might be able to get close to him, it would be you.
shit, OBS disconnected. What the hell?
Oh.
That is the biggest rip.
Difficulties.
Hang on.
I believe in you.
Okay, it says stream is going.
I know the stream is still active, or I don't know exactly how active. I did see like the loading bar for a second. It seems good now.
Okay. All right. Usually it gives me another notification when it reconnects, but oh wait, it did. It just got blocked behind the disconnection. Okay. All right, we good.
Fine. Once again, folks, the joys of technology.
Woo!
But yeah,
Internet be funky sometimes, man.
I think not now, Gideon, but I think it's down the line. Probably wouldn't hurt for you and Val to have a talk and just, you know, likely just, apologize.
Right.
But now is definitely not the time for that. Let's try and at least head back and, try and be in the area just to keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
I understand that.
Mr. Motley, my nerd boy, are you back yet, or are you still off doing thing? Not here presently. All right. Well, I was very much hoping that Mr. Motley Nerd would be here, as this would be a perfect opportunity to introduce his character.
Apologies. I had to go to the restroom.
All good,
Ah.
all good.
He's
I-
here!
Well, you
I
are
did
back
say
at
I
just
did
the
say
perfect
something.
time.
No one heard me.
I did hear you, yes. I in fact even stated I hope that he's back. You weren't just yet, but you were shortly thereafter, so still good timing. But dear Motley Nerd sir, please explain where it is your character is sat right now.
So before that, what's the setting right now?
Well, currently we're just figuring out where you are, and I'll give you something.
uh, uh, well, are people like going up to the palace, or what's happening?
Right now, all that I need from you is just where you're currently sitting. You currently are not in the palace at the moment, correct?
No, I might be possibly not sitting. I might be at the bar.
Okay. Okay.
singing
Then
about the joys of whiskey.
then as you are enjoying your drink, you're enjoying the merriment of the moment, there is a sight most curious that you see ride past the windows. A sight which you swear is the crown prince, which last you knew he had been exiled and had not yet returned, though there had been rumors of somebody returning. He also appears to be riding on a very large wolf-adjacent sort of dog.
Oh, well, how about that?
Now that, of course, raises further questions of why is he back? there must be a reason. You are an investigator by nature. The curiosity of his being back, especially considering the rather public nature of his exile. In fact, it was quite a countrywide spectacle. It is, in fact, further odd that you were sent on your mission when you were, considering there was supposed to be a party involving quite a few rather important figures in the kingdom, which would normally include you being royal treasurer.
Royal
Suffice to
treasurer with
say,
only 21 gold to his name right now.
suffice to say,
Don't worry, they don't pay
some
that
don't
well.
add up.
Yeah, I follow them. I immediately get up out of the bar, and I'm like, huh. So yeah, following them.
You indeed follow and arrive at the gates to the castle, where you had previously been barred entry for reasons that were as yet unclear to you when you first had returned back.
Huh. And everyone's there?
Just Val.
Just Val. Well, this
Actually,
is
he would actually know Val by his original name, which would be Varys.
Well, this is a sight.
Val, you hear a very familiar voice that you haven't heard for some time.
Val stops Polaris and turns him around.
It's been how many years now? And you see before you a ebony black-skinned tiefling with just the most unassuming garments on, with a little satchel on his side.
I'm sorry. I've met a lot of people in my time. I'm having trouble remembering who you are.
Well, I'll blame you on that. My job was a bit interesting. But speaking of my job, what are you doing back there? I thought you was exiled.
You know my name. You worked in the palace.
Yeah, speaking of that, they haven't been letting me in since I got back yesterday. It's so weird. They won't tell me what's going on.
Oh, God. I just
Um,
needed this.
Been gone for about a month now.
It's, you know what? And he'll desummon Polaris back into his chess piece form and
Oh, that's
pocket
a neat
him.
trick.
Yeah, got it from the royal treasury. Walk with me. I'll explain on the way and get you in.
Thank you. The name's I turn to give a handshake. Gavin, Dr. Gavin Harmon Shelba. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Dr. Gavin. And Val reaches out and shakes his hand. Wow, that really is a name I haven't heard in a long time. Where to begin? The exile, I guess, would be the start. You remember the head advisor, right?
Yeah, lovely chap. What's up with him?
He's the one who did everything. Well, not the one you and I probably knew. It's honestly a mess, man. Apparently the head advisor that incited my exile was actually a clone of his that eventually gained its own independence and self-awareness.
Well, that's not good.
No,
And rare.
and extremely rare from my understanding of what I've done with my party. And with gaining his self-awareness turned batshit evil, more or less. Might as well have been. I don't know. And the king and queen are dead. More or less dead. They're in a state of suspension, I guess, is what I was told as. Their bodies are more or less there, but their souls are gone.
Oh. Hmm.
I've been fighting to try and get myself reinstated so that we can try and get the country continue rolling, but when I went to go and argue with the council about my reinstatement to have them revoke it, the entire council was dead. So we have no council, no king and queen, and an exiled prince.
Wait a minute. Lana,
Aye.
as the treasurer and archivist, would I be a member of the council?
Not specifically. You would technically have power, as you do hold the singular keyed access to the vault, and would thus be effectively holder of the kingdom's most powerful assets. So technically, yes, but not in an official capacity.
Hmm. If well, council's dead, king and queen are dead, no advisor. Who's officially next in line in those cases?
Varus, you would know as being the next blood inheritor to the crown. You could technically take hold as like a mayor, if you will, or a a temporary ruler. Effectively the same as the ruler of Rome could technically or could temporarily take absolute power until he then had to revoke it whenever a crisis was over.
So,
Right.
or kind of like a reagent for in the case of there's a young king or queen having a reagent.
Yeah.
Well. Huh. Gavin takes a moment to process all this. No
Oh, I
king and
didn't.
queen, no king and queen, no council, no advisor.
Oh, I got
Advisor
more
was
about the advisor. It gets
advisor was a
better.
dick, apparently.
Oh, it gets better. He was in league with a demon named Calvin.
Oh well, that's just pleasant. Oh,
To the point that
and
he
you're not
reawakened an old right.
and you're not officially reinstated yet.
No, I'm not. I
Sod it all.
have. Yeah, I have temporary control because of the fact that the head priestess of Thastalos and the head guard of the palace are thankfully on my side and are willing to listen to me due to everything happening. But it's it's tentative. I'm
Well, I guess we
still
got to go inside and sign some paperwork then,
yeah,
because in an official concept, apparently I'm in charge now, which I don't like that.
join the club.
Yes, but you're the actual heir, so
Yeah.
who works for who here now? I'm confused. I'm gonna go with I work for you. Because I don't want to be in charge. That would lead to all sorts of bad
Well,
things.
well, if it makes you feel better, the first thing I'm doing as soon as I get some power under my belt is getting a new council together. So we'll eventually have a new council up and running, but we have some lovely hiccups in that as well that we have to figure out how to deal with.
Well, first we got to figure out how to get you reinstated after everything that the advisor and whatnot did. Well,
Yeah. Welcome to my last, God, how many days has it been? Weeks even that I've been dealing with this?
weeks.
It's, yeah, we've been here for at least, I think, 2 weeks at least. We were here for the big party the head advisor was getting ready to hold, where he was supposed to be releasing news apparently about marriage of the royal family, and then uh we had to go and we were locked up in prison for a while, me and my comrades. He reopened the arena and then summoned a three-headed dragon of three insanely powerful dragons. I had to
Lana, would I know anything about that thing?
Make me, actually, an Arcana check, please.
I'm good at those. I say as I roll one, probably. Oh, 19.
Woo!
It suddenly hits you. There has been a strange nagging sensation of something stretching out. Something that has it struck you as like it hasn't felt like very long, but it's felt like way too long. The dots all begin to connect in your head. The Tetris pieces all start falling into a line.
I'll leave. I'll leave for a month. I'll go unconscious for 2 weeks, and this is what happens.
It occurs to you, you have actually been gone from the kingdom for nearly 2 years. Where you had been to search for your last artifact you were charged to discover and recover for the vault, where it was hidden had a time-dilating effect. The texts on the walls of the ruin where you had recovered it from, it just now occurs to you, you had mistranslated 3 sections of it. It spoke of time not moving strangely or being related to the stars or anything you had previously guessed. It was telling you it was moving slowly.
Oh, I knew I should have taken Celestial.
Are we seeing a college major here go through their regrets?
Oh,
You're seeing a 32-year-old doctorate going through his what the fucks at the moment.
oh,
He's having an existential crisis, as if he wasn't already having a midlife crisis.
Well, again, you're gonna fit right in with everybody.
Oh,
So yes,
splendid!
that realization
Bloody
has
splendid!
just hit you.
Bloody splendid! Great!
Things, I'm
I need-
assuming, are starting to make more sense, and you're just realizing that I've actually been exiled for at least 2 years.
I need to get to the vault.
Wow.
At the very least, I need to see what's left.
Yeah.
Did they make another key?
Not that I'm aware of, but it's not unplausible.
I will say, Val, you aren't even aware there is a key.
Okay. I restate that then. I did not even know there was a key.
Oh, that's
So,
just bloody brilliant then.
That's neat as hell. Sorry to interrupt. I just found out that you can print out your character sheet from Roll20, and it's actually like formatted like an actual paper character sheet. That's neat.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Cool.
that's super cool.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Neato.
Yeah.
The more you know.
No, that's McDonald's.
Yeah, that is entirely the incorrect jingle there.
I'm glad I put expertise into Arcana. That was a 6. Oh no.
But yeah, anyways. I assume by this point we've probably made it to the palace gates. Or have bypassed the palace gates, Lana.
Oh, at this point, you're standing like in the courtyard in front of the doors into the castle proper.
Okay. While talking to, I'm probably gonna butcher your name, so I apologize in advance. Dr. Galvin?
Gavin.
Gavin. Um, so while talking to Dr. Gavin, any guards that come near us, I basically write down on a slip of paper and pass to them and tell them to go to the head royal guard and pass this off to him. And basically, this is giving that Val is telling him that Dr. Gavin has returned and that he needs permission to enter the palace again.
Yeah, they all nod, and one of them at least goes off to send the message further down the line.
Um, so while walking in with Dr. Gavin and continuing to talk to him, uh, Val at some point realizes that he's still got a lot to deal with on his mind, and he turns to Dr. Gavin and says, Dr. Gavin, is there anything you specifically need from me at this point in time?
What was the name of the town that I was in, Lana?
Oh golly, like where you are from, or where you
No,
were
where I
last
was during
searching?
where I was looking for the thing where I apparently disappeared.
You were last in the Tabaxi lands. Specifically, you were in the sacred plains of Shoda, Shoda. And there you had discovered an old temple of sorts. Of sorts being the operative here, as it certainly was not a temple and was more of a vault in itself when you had begun exploring it.
Hmm. Name of the town again. Sorry.
Shoda.
What's the status on the town of Shoda? In the Tabaxi lands. I'm asking I'm asking Varus.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard about that place in years. If maybe at all, it doesn't seem to even ring a bell for me.
Yeah, you may roll intelligence if you'd like to recall anything more specific. As far as you know, it's just an open field that holds religious significance to some of the older generations of the Tabaxi people.
I'm just gonna roll with that.
Open a field.
Yeah.
Dr. Gavin turns away from you, walks over to the nearest I don't know, metal bar of the gate and kicks the gate. And then exclaims in pain from kicking the gate.
Yep, that's real metal. Contacting your foot at high velocity because you have accelerated your foot.
Yep. That
Damn it.
that would
Damn
hurt,
it.
Dr. Gavin.
No, you don't understand. That's where I was. You said it's just an open field. There's nothing there.
Nothing there as far as I know. It's simply just religious significance area for the Tabaxi people.
Oh, fuck all. Oh, there were people there. There was a town, a city, a temple, a vault. Nothing like that.
Not that I'm aware of. I can give you access to the library again, so that maybe you can find some records written in there.
Yes,
But
please.
I'm not gonna lie. The 2 years after my exile, a lot of things are a mess.
Of course they bloody are. See, this is why I drink. And smoke. Do you smoke? I pull out a cigarette.
No, I haven't picked up that habit yet. Drinking is my go-to.
Oh, fair enough. And I snap my fingers, and with a little flame on the tip of my finger, I light my cigarette and just.
It definitely appears to be hand rolled.
One second. Sorry about that. Decided to have a coughing fit.
So, dear Motley, please, another Arcana check for you. as you're taking this hit of your hand rolled tobacco.
Oh boy.
Rana, you're a bad person.
15.
It now hits you again. The last time you thought about that translation, wait a minute, that character should have been swapped with that one. And now the full gravity of what had happened hits you. You hadn't been sent just to recover an artifact. You had in fact been sent to disappear. You were purposely sent to this ruin. It struck you initially as odd that the text on the walls talked about time, but it didn't just describe time as slowing. It functionally was cut down to a quarter or so of its normal flow. Moreover, it starts to fall into line how it was so odd that the head advisor would have you studying into this exact artifact, that it seems odd he'd want it. There's nothing it would do to further the royal interests. Then it starts hitting you. Where you went was remote. Where you went is where there is very little royal influence. Where you went is where elves, even, aren't normally accepted. They're, in fact, often pushed out. Where you went is a place that, if it disappeared, you also would disappear. The guards didn't even recognize you. None of the people recognized you. More and more pieces start falling into place. Then, the final correction in the translation hits you. It's not been 2 years. It's been a little closer to 150 years.
Oh,
Damn, son.
god damn.
Health lifespans is, my dudes.
Because now you're looking at Val and you're realizing, all right, an elf whom live for thousands of years.
How old are you?
26, I believe, this year. Well, you know,
That
when
an
you
elf
do the
years?
math, yeah, it's 26 equivalents of in elf years. So around 400, give or take.
How old was the crown prince when they were exiled?
You'd know him to be a little closer to a teenager, so more around the age of 300 to 350 or so.
You see him just look down, look up at the sky. It's always me, isn't it? I'm gonna slit that bastard's throat.
I assume that we're thinking of the same person and join the club. But I have dibs first.
What do you say? You take the right jugular, I'll take the left jugular.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Oh. Where's the guard with the authorization already?
Upon hearing that, you see some very unfortunately young guard running up, holding out a writ of passage with a very shaky hand to you.
Oh, finally. Sorry about that. I'm going through a lot. toss him a gold coin.
He nods so vigorously that the visor on his helmet falls over his eyes. He jumps and just turns and runs off back to his post.
Well, apparently I've been gone for 150 years, so that's great.
Oh. That is most unfortunate.
And that's why no one here recognizes me. That's great.
That would actually add up pretty well.
That would. No wonder it's religious significance to them. They all just disappeared one day. Hmm.
By now, you definitely hear footsteps approaching, and if you turn to look, there is a tiefling that you can see has the mark of the goddess of death on the palms of both her hands. You see a tiefling emblazoned with the imagery of the goddess of love, marriage.
A tiefling?
Yeah.
A lot of
Excuse me, a
tieflings.
dragonborn. Sorry.
We had a lot more tieflings all the time.
I was about to say, like, did I
There's a whole
miscount?
bunch of horny bastards over here.
Like, I thought Gideon had a sudden polymorph happen on him.
You see
Anatomy would have
a
made
dwarf.
sense earlier.
Damn, he's a tiefling, he's a dragonborn, a vampire, and now a tiefling too. Holy shit!
Also see somebody walking up covered in a sheet, wearing a wizard's, or rather a witch's hat on top of head.
Oh yeah. Also, by the way, said dwarf does have some stuff on him that indicates Order of Agma, the knowledge cleric.
Well, maybe he'll know some things.
Dr. Gavin, this is my comrades that I was referring to as. Introducing from the dwarf, Gideon, and Tiefling. Beric, the cleric of knowledge, Gideon, paladin of Rashiva, and Mara. And he hesitates to say this next line, but goes with it anyways. Champion or follower of the Raven Queen.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll it.
8.
Yep, definitely tell the truth. Yep. Doesn't sound sus at all.
I hear no disappointment there whatsoever at all. No.
And the one in the sheet is Gloria, Gideon's I'm gonna say significant other, because I can't think of a better term.
And you see the sheet wave. It's like you see the shape of a hand lift up and wave at you.
Well. Looks like we've got some interesting days ahead of us. And behind us, apparently. And I'm just missing some.
You're missing quite a few.
Oh, you know, at least 3.
Oh,
Thousand.
comrades, this is party. This is Dr. Gavin, former and current treasurer of the Royal Palace.
Dr. Gavin Harmon Shelba. And all that.
Immediately you see the sheet bounce up and down like, oh my gosh, I read your study on magical artifacts. Oh, it was so good. Oh, I'm a big fan. I have, and she reaches into, and you now definitely can tell it is a she, because as turns, you get a sight of some legs that have an unusual power over your eyes.
Immediately throws my hand in front of Dr. Gavin's eyes.
And then, indeed, holds out a book you wrote on, or assumedly wrote anyway, on the intricacies of magical artifact hunting.
Oh, oh. I look through the book to see if there's any changes. Did they take out the vampire part?
You find that it is a first edition copy, and find that yes, it has all of your notes, including your entire 30-page section of warnings on magically fake coinage, which your publisher definitely did not want to include in the finished product because it was going to be rather controversial among a variety of royalties.
People gotta know about fake coinage. Come on. They'll know how to spot it. Trying to turn a new leaf.
It took me 3 years to find an original copy. 3 whole years! But I got one! She says, could you sign it?
Oh, that is a tornado
Apparently,
warning.
I'm a celebrity.
At least among
I
the book nerds.
might lose power soon. I just
Oh.
got a tornado warning.
Oh,
Oh.
fun!
Oh boy,
Awesome.
awesome sauce.
Yeah, I take out a quill and jot down on the inside of the front cover, and the page and whatnot. And
You
it
see-
occurs to me that I've never signed an autograph before, and I don't know how I feel about it. Considering
Oh,
I've
do I
been not
recognize the name?
for 150 years.
You see the person under the sheet just dancing and hopping up and down. It drops onto the ground, rolling back and forth with gleeful, girly noises.
I feel like Van Gogh after the doctor took him into the future.
I mean, it's not too far off.
That episode was sad.
It was.
Very.
It's too bad they don't make good episodes anymore.
Well, hey, Russell T Davies is coming back, so you know.
Doctor, I have cancer. Really? What up, mate? Yeah.
Oh boy.
Back to D&D.
Yes.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
So after introductions and an autograph signing, Val, Val's more or less just standing there at this point. He's kind of what he originally came here to do has been a little thrown out of the loop, so he's kind of readjusting himself to the current situation.
Given the fact that I've been gone for 150 years, this might be a little bit more difficult on the paperwork.
That is the biggest understatement of the last year that I've experienced.
Well, last year, I'll bet. Well, oh boy. What the hell? Oh. That means I'm gonna have to be in charge longer. Oh, damn it. He just kind of sinks his face into his palms. Oh no.
The sound of a man that has to deal with bureaucracy.
Oh,
Well, if it makes you feel better, you have company to be, miserable with, and we usually drink, you know, Barrack's dwarven coffee every morning to get our day started.
Oh, I don't drink.
dwarven coffee.
Wanna
Ask
try
Barrack
some?
about it.
And you see the glinting, just yellow eyes come out briefly from the hand.
Huh?
Dwarven coffee.
Well, it's my specialty of my own, because the amount of reading I've done over the years.
How much alcohol's in it?
I'm not sure if I want an answer to that, Barrack, so I'm
See, I
going
was
to
about
use
to
my
say.
ears.
No, please tell me. I need to know.
Might be a better question. Let's just say this: you might want to taste it, and thankfully I have some on me,
Great.
and,
Sounds
and I'll
good.
and I'll pass some of the coffee over to so that Dr. Gavin can have some.
Chugging.
Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Right, because I already got whiskey in me. That's great. That's a 4.
Oh, oh no.
It suddenly occurs to you that dwarves have a particular resistance to alcohol's inebriating effects. And while your rational mind survives, you calculate that this is something in the range of 99 proof.
Oh.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I needed that.
You also assume that you may have just consumed not milligrams worth of coffee, but perhaps entire grams worth of caffeine.
Good, I've got tobacco and I've got caffeine in me. This'll definitely help counteract the alcohol. I won't be buzzed, I'll just be normal. This is how sobriety works, right?
You now are incapable of sleeping for the next 78 hours. However, you will take 2 points of exhaustion when you do sleep.
Oh God.
You know what, that's perfectly fine. I've been asleep for 150 years. Well, I guess it's time for paperwork. So going in.
Okay, so nice meeting you, I guess.
It's a pleasure. I apologize. My head is in 18 different places right now. Probably a
Yeah.
little bit over there too.
You want me to take care of it, or?
No. It's not because of the alcohol.
That's fair enough.
I'll deal with the alcohol.
Oh, so you know about them?
Well, apparently, long story short, I was there when he was exiled, and well, that means that was 150 years ago. Tieflings don't live that long.
You.
I'm only 32.
Oof.
So sounds like you got trapped in some sort of time bubble or something. The only way that I could think of that would keep you at, your age. Well,
Well, I wouldn't exactly call
essentially.
myself young, but yes.
Thirty ain't that old.
"30 ain't that old," Gideon says, not realizing it's more like 150 plus 30.
I just realized that I outlived my father. That shouldn't have
sorry to hear.
happened. Anyway. Alright, what paperwork needs to be signed?
So you search your memory, and it occurs to you the paperwork which would need to be signed is functionally in a hidden compartment in the speaker's lectern in the council chambers. So basically in a place only you, the king, and the queen would know the location of.
Right, I go there.
Yep, everybody, you just see good Dr. Shelba just turn and start beelining it in a direction like he knows perfectly where he's going.
It's just a brisk walk. With, the slight signs of extraordinary irritation.
You think they'd hire someone else to write the first year?
Yeah, you'd think that. But then apparently the advisor is Dick numeral so...
I kind of think they didn't hire anybody because of liability, says the sheet.
You know what? That's fair. That's still one dick I gotta castrate, though. Alright, going up to the podium. Is this compartment locked or anything?
It is, but you would of course know the code to it.
That's fair enough. I'll have to use my thieves' tools. Alright. Well, pulling out the paperwork. Oh no.
Yeah, the rest of you all, you see his hands like move with a swiftness, pressing some kind of like hidden keypad across the bottom of this lectern, and then you see part of it swivel, shift down, a tube slides up, and ka-chunk, there is a little capsule with in it papers visible, kind of like the capsules you'd see in the pneumatic tubes at your bank.
They really haven't changed this, have they? At all.
In fact, it's quite dusty.
Just blows on it, cloud of dust.
Oh yeah, like have to wave your hand kind of cloud of dust.
Well, considering these are 150 years old at this point, and this position has been left for 150 years, and there's no council, and no king and queen, and no bloody advisor, it's gonna take a while to go through. Not long to sign, just a couple of papers, but it's gonna be a minute before you're officially, well, king.
You look around, and it occurs to you, he's gone and snuck off.
Probably.
Where?
Val probably even beat Barrick's passive. To be fair, Barrick wasn't paying full attention to Val, but
Where the fuck did the
Probably.
wannabe king go?
knowing him, he has some stuff on his mind. He probably went off somewhere to have a moment to himself.
Oh, great.
Yo, Barrick, what's your passive percept?
Barrick's passive perception is an 18.
Alrighty, cool.
Oh god.
Well, I guess I'm just going to sign here, here. Oh, and there. I hate paperwork.
There's at least 2 pages that require witnesses to sign.
Thankfully, you have some.
Let's see. Barrick, you're a cleric, right?
Yep.
Let me have you sign this. Witness,
Alright.
please.
Yep.
And, Gideon was your name?
Yep.
I'll have you sign this as also a paladin.
Alright.
Likely to carry more official weight, people of, churches.
Like, also make sure, because if Barrick probably has like a little like official like stamp of like his order, so he does like stamp alongside the name.
Oh boy.
I can get Mara fine.
Is it just the 2 witnesses, or oh right, 3? Yeah, Mara. In fact, I'll have all of you sign. I don't care. Fuck the rules.
So actually, Mara is not there. She has wandered off a hot minute ago.
Oh, God.
Oh god damn it. Which god? I don't know.
At this point, with everything that's gone on in the last little bit, those 2 probably need a moment. I can probably guess where Val is.
I hand the paper to Diana to sign.
I don't believe that player is here presently, but
okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at things.
All good,
And life.
all good. You didn't
I
know.
hand it to the sheet.
Real quick. Roll me a perception.
I don't like those words. You take those words back. 7. My passive's 15.
Well, a 7 definitely does not detect this for you. So your 15 passive, however, is what picks it up. It's kind of like you start to look around as something feels funny, you stop looking, and then that's when you notice it. You notice a man in a hilariously expensive suit eating from a bag of popcorn with a
God damn it.
enormously large smile on his
Fuck
face.
that man up. I'm not
It's
here,
like-
but fuck that guy up.
Oh my, have we got a new player in the party now? Oh, look at you all, such good friends.
Before you
Also-
continue that statement, I'm going to ask that I sign right here, and I'm going to put this in my bag of holding.
Oh, you'd like me to? Certainly,
Oh,
certainly.
no.
No,
And he
Probably not a
immediately
good idea.
signs, and you see the name Calvin Emmanuel be signed on the piece of paper.
What do I roll to know who the fuck that is?
Intelligence.
Just intelligence, not like Arcana or history or anything.
Straight intelligence.
13? Because my rolls are horrible.
Oh, that name's right on the tip of your tongue. You know who that is, but oh, it's right there. It's right on the tippy tip of your tongue. Oh, it's close.
You know, I recognize your name, but 150 years gives you a really bad case of short-term memory loss. Who the fuck are you?
I thought you were gonna say crick in the neck, and I am so disappointed.
That's the joke.
It was
Wait,
Dr.
wait.
8000.
Wait, Mr. Gideon. Now, come, I can introduce myself. Thank you, though. Oh, you're so kind. I am Calvin Emmanuel, esteemed ruler and criminal mastermind behind the entire criminal underground of Rashiva, demon lord of the Nine Hells, just a couple of things. Real pleasure to meet you. You are the head treasurer of the Royal Vaults, aren't you? Oh, I've been dying to meet you.
Not dying enough.
I point my finger at him. Then I put it to my chin, point it back at him. No, sorry, it doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, really? Oh, well, you have been gone for 150 years. It'll take a little time for something to kick in. I'm sure.
Like the inevitability of death, yes.
Although I really do have to go give that head advisor a flogging. He told me he'd gotten rid of you. Oh well.
Oh, I don't like those words. You're going to take those back right now.
Oh, no, I'm not silly.
Our lights are flickering. I think we're about to lose power.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the lights are flickering.
That are those ghosts.
I can't believe I'm being haunted in real life. Awesome.
Well, be safe, Coca.
Yeah, be very safe, Koga.
Don't worry. I'll fight the tornado. Don't worry.
You'll just go flipping up a tornado.
Yeah.
If you
Just
blow,
throw hands.
if you blow at it hard enough, it'll go the other way.
That's what Gloria said.
Oh, God. Well, this was a great stream. Have a good day. No. How much
Jesus
psych-
went really quiet outside.
Oh, that's bad. That kind of means you're.
I'm assuming you're having to do with some of the disappearances of
Oh,
people here,
there
or did
goes
they
the
actually just
evening.
wander off?
Oh, me? Me? Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm very large mastermind behind all of this. Pleasure to meet you. Honestly, kind of glad that you're alive. This makes things much more fun.
Well, Mr. Mastermind, glorious mastermind that you are, can I have my possible future king back? I need him to sign some things.
Oh, him? Oh, he's still here. He just walked off into a different room. In fact, actually, you should ask the dwarf. I think the dwarf knows. Actually, wait. Barrack was your name, right? Barrack? That was your name, wasn't it?
It's like kind of like that's Gwen's. It's like Calvin.
Oh, Barrack was your name, giving me that suspicious little eye. Oh, stop it, you.
I'll tell Dr. Gavin, I'll tell you where Val is in a moment. But yeah.
All right. Well, Val can wait then. In the meantime, does anyone want to explain this madman in front of me?
It's Calvin. He comes and goes where he wishes. As much as we would try and stop him, there's not much we can say to just stop him from just showing up, at least right now.
I mean, I feel I explained myself quite well. I am, in fact, the leader of the entire criminal underworld of all of this wonderful world of Rashiva. You know, behind quite a few different plans, various things. In fact, actually, you might know me as the one that. What was the name of that mercenary group that hates you so very much, Dr. Shelba? I think it was the. Oh, right. It was the Muddy Wheels. That was the name of that group. You know, the one that trapped you in the Death Demon Temple the one time, right?
Still
Or
bloody
in fact,
terrible name.
I know, right? Oh, the Muddy Wheels. Who comes up with a name like that?
I don't know. But I met someone named the Gorguts once.
Really? Oh, that's. Oh, I have to. And he takes out a piece of paper and he starts writing that down. I'll have to keep that in mind. I'll name a creature that just for you.
Oh, please don't. You don't really have to
Oh
do
no! Oh
that.
no! No, I do. I do. Yeah, we'll keep it just for you. And you see him write down your name. Like he's turning the paper so you can see it, and then he writes just for you with a little heart and an arrow pointing to the name.
So, are you just here to taunt us right now, or do you have something important to tell us? Out of curiosity.
Oh no!
No offense meant or anything. Just
I'll
seriously,
defend the
why are
world.
you here?
Oh, I have nothing important to do at all. I'm here basically just to gloat.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
What can I say? I like a bit of showboating. I mean, if you'd like, you can try and punch me. Or, I don't know, something heroic.
Hmm. You know, I could, but I feel like it'll feel better later. I'm gonna build up the rage, you know?
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. Oh, I keep an eye on this one here. In fact, you know, a little point for you. And he takes from a pocket a little star and just kind of gently with a finger pokes it onto your chest, and you receive an inspiration. Just there you go, there you go. Pats you on the head. Says, "Oh, well, golly, look at the time. I have a crime lord meeting. Ugh, it's going to be so boring. I'll see you all later. Ta-ta!" Snaps his
I
fingers
hope
and
you have plenty of
disappears.
paperwork.
The worst curse he could give, and I love it.
I was so tempted to, just discern a true name or cast banishment on him. To see what would happen.
So Gideon would immediately go to spy on him, do that observing thing. Since he's apparently going to be at a meeting.
Roll your d12.
No, I have to roll for it this time? D12. You find it. I got 4.
You attempt to gaze upon him and feel a striking pain in your head.
Ow.
And a little drip of blood trickles down from your nose as you take 4 points of psychic damage from attempting to look upon where he stands.
Ow. You just see Gideon sort of flinch, and he immediately drops that connection.
How often does he happen?
Like, once a week or so.
Oh,
It's more of like a sporadic. He shows up when he wants to.
Usually after some major event for some reason.
Because as he, using his own words, he likes to gloat. So has to check. He has to occasionally check in on his handiwork because he enjoys our suffering.
Bastard.
Because what originally started as the suffering of only a small group, it turned into, hey, more people that I could make suffer alongside. The more the merrier.
I know that misery loves company, but this is just a different level. This is just making people miserable. There's a difference. Oh, boy.
But oh yeah, also because I can't. From what I saw, Val did kind of was heading towards the direction of his room, or at least his parents' room. So
Fair enough. Oh,
and there Gideon goes. I think.
Well,
Gideon has died. Just collapsed right there in front of us.
You just sort of see Gideon like kind of slump, and you hear the Windows XP shutdown sound.
Ugh. So, what now?
I do need to fill out other paperwork. I need to go check out the vault. Visor had a time of it for 150 years. Need to see what all's left in order. And start walking to the vault.
Yeah, it's like, well, probably. Is Mara still with the group, or has
Nah.
Mara walked off?
Nah, she wandered off a while ago.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check and make sure that dude still wandered off. Yeah, I'll probably go with Gloria and Gideon. Up to y'all where they go. Probably take a rest or something.
Well, since I'm not going to be asleep for 72 hours, I am going checking the entire inventory.
I will say a few things have gotten used because Val, in the effort to have us try and survive a few things or try and utilize some things, he has allowed us to take a number of things from the vault.
Very well.
But probably give you some help while I can.
Yeah, Lana, how's the vault looking since last I left it?
So you approach the vault, and you feel the key in your pocket vibrate aggressively. You take it out, and the odd item, which appears almost more as a unnaturally perfect pyramid, you hold it up, it illuminates, and the door immediately unlocks. You step in, and your eyes scan the inventory, and most everything appears to be there. A few items you had cataloged are gone, but you've also accounted for them as being on the persons of the party that you just spent time with. Most namely the royal family vacation, a small ship in a bottle, as well as an island enchanted to be a visitable paradise for short periods of time. One item you immediately notice is alarmingly gone. You walk up to the pedestal, where it in fact is only visible to you, the king and the queen, and find that it's not just missing, the pedestal's even been tampered with. You may roll Arcana if you would wish to know more about the manner of the tampering.
All right. Habla. 32.
You discern that it is not any natural magics of tampering that have dislodged this item from its holds. There is a force which legends speak of, and it is from the darkest plane known to mortal kind, or in most cases even unknown to mortal kind. A plane called the Thaishi, an inverse mirror of the world where every good thing is evil and every evil thing is good. Traces of magic from this realm linger like globs of sticky poison, and the item gone from this so hidden pedestal is a relic that has existed for long enough. There is not really any recorded history of when it was first created, or if it even was created by any magician. It is a true orb of dragon kind, an item which can fully take control of any metallic, chromatic, or gem dragon that the wielder may so choose. It also is itself a sapient magical item. It is entirely gone.
Oh, bollocks.
Real quick, how do you have a plus 13 in Arcana?
Expertise.
You have two people in this party who have expertise in Arcana.
Hang on. I Oh, it's a Tasha thing. Okay. That explains why I've never heard of it. Okay.
Well, Val said something about a dragon.
Yeah, a three-headed dragon orb that was brought forth from an orb.
Now, Barrick, you know that the orb which the advisor was holding was broken.
I will say it was also broken, from what I recall, because it was used and then we were able to get a god to break it. Well, Val was able to get a god to break it, I think. Is a more accurate description.
You saw the orb. It was with him in his hands.
Yes, the asshole former the former advisor's hands, and then Val got a hold of the god he was like one of those gods he was working with, and said god managed to break said orb.
Hmm. That orb was my prized find, you know? I am bloody pissed. Oh,
Rightfully so. I bet rightfully so. At like once finding out it was it's broken and it probably having been tampered with by head advisor, likely, very likely. We
tampered
kind
with.
of want.
Maybe, maybe not. True Orb of Dragonkind offers the user full control over any and all dragons at their whim. The most powerful artifacts in the world, and it's broken. Oh. Tell me more about this dragon.
So, from what I know and have been told about it, It was the head of a white dragon. No, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the names. What has happened? What were I know Barrack would at least remember the colors of the dragon heads. It
There
was
is one white,
white.
one black, and one purple.
Alright. There was a white three-headed dragon. One of the heads was a white dragon, which already, concerning. Another of the heads was the head of a purple dragon. And the third one was, I've been told, the head of a black dragon, and the son, or I think yeah, I think son. I have to double check. Of uh the evil dragon god.
Oh, that's pleasant. The three heads with different colors.
Yes.
Is that normally possible, Lana?
Under normal circumstances, no. In fact, as far as you're aware, not even under abnormal circumstances is that possible.
Uh, what would I know about this son of Tiamat?
You would know there are tales spoken of a chromatic dragon which bizarrely fell in love with a metallic dragon. Something happened, and that Tiamat was involved. However, recordings of this seem almost any that you've found appear like they've had sections of them purposely scratched from records, erased, destroyed, burnt. Any mention of the specifics that you have found, it has been left empty.
And, well, white dragons and black dragons, that's easy. That's acid, that's cold. Am I familiar at all with purple dragons?
You've heard of dragons which live in the Underdark? You've heard that they could be purple? Beyond that, not really anything.
Hmm. This magic stain on the pedestal. Does it seem to have how old is the stain? How long has this been radiating this energy?
Make me another Arcana.
23.
You attempt to get a read on it, to get a sense of what time it was, but it just starts to make this pulsing headache radiate behind your eyes as you try and look at it, and after only a minute, you just have to look away.
Oh. Oh, I'm not supposed to be hungover yet. Right. Well, everything else is in order. Is there any more paperwork that needs to be signed? Or is it
No,
just
you've you've basically taken care of all that.
I just need to get Val's signature several times over?
At least 4. At
Mhm.
least 4.
I'll have to sign 4 or 5 times. I have to sign 18 different times. Are you even gonna take it with this stupid demon lord's name on? You know what? I'm the one who's technically in charge. I'll take it. Fine.
Hey, do you happen to have copies of that, or is that the only copy?
It is currently the only copy.
Val is gonna throw an absolute fit if he sees that Calvin's name on them.
Well, so be it. And just tell him exactly who popped up, when, and how annoying he was. Uh, right. It just occurred to me that I don't have a bedroom here anymore. Do I?
Probably not. We could probably work it out with either Val or find some of the servants. We could probably work out like a room near to where we've been staying. If not, utilize the same room because we've kind of been using Val's old room as a kind of like base to work from, with the 2 lovebirds having their own room for reasons. On that note, as a caution, be careful when looking at Gloria, if only for the fact that she is a greater succubus right now.
Was she before?
A human. She
Not
gets eaten by Calvin.
originally. That's complicated. You hear her speak up from under the sheet, and a noticeable droop appear.
Yeah. It's
I can imagine.
yeah. It's a whole convoluted, complicated thing, but it's why Gloria here is running around with the sheet on, because we want to make sure that she doesn't accidentally.
Seduce anybody by mere sight alone.
Yeah. And I don't think she wants that to happen to anyone as well. I can't speak for her, but
I can imagine not.
No, I really don't. It's not. I'm not here for that. Honestly, I just used to be, a little alchemist that ran a nice little potion shop out of my enchanted wagon, and it was all nice.
Potions, you say? I'll have to inquire as to some of the nature of some of those later potions would be of great help. Did you make them? You made them yourself, I'm assuming, yes?
She nods excitedly, seeming to actively perk up.
Interesting. Well, I don't know about all of you, but considering there's not much paperwork left to be done, and Val has vanished, do you have this workshop around, or do we have to take it to the main alchemy room here?
I don't exactly have a proper lab set up. I'm actually borrowing the head advisor's old office, and I haven't even started really converting it yet. But as soon as I get it set up, I'll actually have a full potion shop ready and available.
Well, you know what? I feel really energized right now, and I can point a lot of hatred into some, productive tasks right now, so let's go do that.
Oh, okay. And she excitedly nods, and then just like sort of pauses while 404ing, and then it turns to lead you in the direction of the head advisor's office.
Awesome. While I'm in there, I'm gonna do investigation on basically. You said none of the stuff has basically been gone through yet.
Largely speaking, yes.
Oh, I'm going through all the documents. I'm going through everything. Want me to roll investigation?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 27.
You walk into the room, and immediately the first thing that catches your eye is there's an aura of some kind of magical energy. You look at it. Oh, that's a ward. That's in fact 3 different kinds of ward that would normally hide it from the average viewer. One is for vision, one is for magical detection, and one is to make it more difficult to touch without being aware of it. But you see it and understand, oh, that's a switch.
What's that right there? A button. But yeah, no. Let's see. Anything I need to do to protect myself real quick. Hmm. Give me just a moment. Why didn't that all copy? That's annoying. Yeah, hmm. Besides all of that, are there any like traps or anything on it that I can see besides all the magic stuff that I've navigated here?
You look and see that there was a trap, one that would have deployed a very potent sleeping gas, but you can tell that it's already been deactivated.
Hmm.
Deactivated, and in fact, A poor attempt at salvaging the sleeping gases was made, thus rendering any remainders of it useless.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the lever, the trigger.
Excellent. You flip the switch, you blink, and you are standing entirely somewhere else. You look around you. You see walls of a strange, stark, clean white. You look further, you see tubes standing against one wall that seem, at least from an initial glance, to be for a scientific purpose. Control panels, buttons, dials, screens, both projected and physical, a desk with notes, a laboratory of a kind you couldn't even envisage. It's beyond even technology that you've heard illithids can possess. You look everywhere and you see something alien.
Like an alien or the
Something
xenomorph.
created by
Hmm.
something not of this world. Quite literally.
Huh.
And there is what we would understand as a mainframe computer. All you can tell is that there are buttons in an oddly logical arrangement presented on a board in front of a screen with other devices meant for interfacing with whatever kind of machine that is.
Is there like an on switch somewhere?
You see like 3 things that could be an on switch on this control board.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll it.
Let's see. 20.
Natural 20, you say?
No, just a 20.
Dirty 20.
Just a straight 20. Okay.
Dirty 20.
You look and you kind of squint at it and see one where less dust has accumulated. You go, aha. You press that one, and an image flashes to life. Something we of our world would understand as a file system is visible, and in fact, something is opened on this screen. You see written in the common tongue a message. You recognize the signage of the head advisor, and the body of this message reads, I have at last discovered how to initiate what you asked for, my lord. What you are looking for is a passkey. It will be contained on the storage systems of one of the vile machines that prevents us from exploring my own secret study any further. One of them must surely have it. Then you will be able to activate this thing called Mother. I await your next command. And you see that this was written some years ago. And now that you look around you, it seems he hasn't been here in some time.
There was a specific thing that he was looking for to awaken this mother entity?
So it appears.
Hmm. Um, Give me just a moment. My thing did not copy everything over properly. Come on. Okay, come on, computer. Please. Please and thank you. Um. Hmm. I am going to. Is there like a trigger or anything to send me back to the spot that I was at before?
You see there is a desk with various papers on it, and you see a similar looking switch. This one not actually hidden.
I'm gonna go ahead and press the switch because I'm pretty sure I gave the person I was with there a heart attack.
Yeah. You blink, and you're back in the office of the head advisor. And wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Wisdom saving throw. Yes. +1. 18.
You look. You see, in fact, before you a greater succubus, and your surprise at this is actually sufficient to protect you from the charming effects, and you are therefore unbothered by anything in front of you, and also unaffected. And you see now the full wizardess that is Gloria, and she looks very panicked. Like, oh my goodness, you're back. You just appeared. There was no magic. Oh, that was scary. Oh, I took my sheet off. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are
It's
you
fine.
safe?
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
It took a moment to process what happened, and the processing of that seems to have relieved me of any effects that succubi might have. That's a way to put it. Can you tell I'm just slightly drunk?
A little bit, yeah, and she just nods instead of trying to speak.
You can put the sheet back on if it makes you feel more comfortable.
It
But
does seem to stop people from getting charmed. So, and she grabs it and drapes it back over herself.
all right. Yeah, sorry about that. There's just this neat looking switch here, and quite a few little magical wards on here. Know how to get past them, and you flip it, and you end up somewhere else, and that somewhere else is quite something.
That sounds really confusing, but also useful.
Yes, to both of those. I'm going to look at more of those later. In the meantime, there's so many more things to go through in here. And I'll go ahead and start going through everything else in the room with her.
Yeah, you find documents, you find papers, reports. Uh, you basically find an entire outline of the precise manner in which you were supposed to have been disappeared. The idea was you would get trapped in this ruin, functionally stuck in a place in time. and you would be out of the picture. What they did not account for was the fact that you often bring things with you which at the time make no real sense. For instance, you happened to have a stick on you, which had just a couple letters of Celestial on it. It was, however, enough to correlate the text on the walls and make a brute forced translation of this ancient Celestial. Enough that it took you only a few real days of this dilated time. Well, more like about a month of dilated time to free yourself. You find records of the manner in which Val was to be expunged from the kingdom, how his name would be sullied. Details on the overthrowing of the king, the queen, murder of the council. And you find this hired out to quite a high-ranking name. One which unfortunately is blanking me, so I'll have to look that up later.
By the way, as I'm going through all of these, I am casting the spell Memorize.
Cool.
Ritual casting. So, while casting the spell, your eyes pass over the word page, which are committed to your memory. For the next year, you exactly remember the details of all information on the page. After that, you have advantage on all intelligence checks you make to recall this information.
Oh my gosh, somebody has memory proofed themselves.
That is amazing.
Ah,
This
lovely.
man deserves an award.
I couldn't take keen mind. I took the next best thing. Yeah, all the details of every paper I am going through meticulously, and even if I have to cast it individually for every paper, I have, what did you say, 72 hours?
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
So you're basically sitting there until suddenly you feel your brain record stop, and then you just face plant.
I imagine Gloria has come and gone a few times by then.
Indeed. Had thanks to reflexes, manages to put a pillow in front of your face before you just face desk at full lack of muscular support speed.
Awesome. I'm unconscious and will wake up with 2 levels of exhaustion. That seems to be it for me this session.
I would say a productive first appearance, if any. Joy of joys.
Trying to basically take over everything there. I didn't intend for that.
I mean, hey, it worked out. Everyone else had stuff to do.
Yeah, you're all good. This happens from time to time.
That's fair. So, who's in the spotlight now?
Pointing fingers at Val or Mara.
Yeah, that's also what I would think.
probably Val.
Until I say next time on Dragon Ball Z.
No, you don't. No, you fucking don't.
More fingers pointed at Val. Because it's like that. That's what Dr. Gavin has been doing for the next, like, for 3 days.
That man is going to be an absolute zombie when he wakes up.
Everybody wants to come talk to me during those, what was it, 2 days? The 3 days that I'm basically looking
3
at paper
days.
constantly. They're welcome to do that. Open to having a conversation. Just know that I will not look away from a paper at all. Ever.
I'm going to preemptively say this. I imagine at some point before you passed out, Val probably gets word that you're there doing that, goes in to be like, "Are you okay?" Sees that and is just like, "You know what? Never mind. I'm
Wait.
gonna walk away."
Without even looking, pulls out piece of paper, bunch of papers from bag of holding. I need you to sign, and with memory, here, 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 and here. All right, and here.
Val will sign the paperwork.
You see on the thing of witnesses of some very everybody in the party and one very unfortunate name.
You just see Val takes the pen and scratches it out.
I do not see that actually.
Well, you don't see it, and you will. It is a surprise for future you.
You hear
Well,
some oddly
well, it's
angry
weird.
scribbling of a quill.
Yeah, I figured that happened. He was
It's like-
annoying. I'm sorry. I'd look you in the eyes right now, but my eyes currently have to burn everything here into metal.
No, you're good. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna walk in.
Somehow I doubt that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, you know?
Well, I was gonna look in, see the state of your existence, and then probably leave without saying anything.
Oh, this is normal. Or at least it was 150 years ago. I'm not gonna get over that. That really makes me mad. I'm gonna strangle the people responsible for this, even if they are a demon lord.
Again,
Which I-
join the club.
You'll take his right femoral artery. I'll take the left one.
Sounds good. Don't hit your face.
Can't promise anything. Other than I'll know all of this off the top of my head in 3 days, 2 days. I don't know. Time is weird. Don't talk to me about time anymore. It doesn't exist. It is a social construct.
Agreed. As he just has, not that you would see this, but he more or less gestures to himself. All right. What else happens these 3 days of this madman?
Well, I know Val went to go visit his parents' room.
Yeah, you saw him head that way. Yes, you did.
As for what reason, you know not unless you ask.
Jumping on his parents' bed because he never got the chance when he was younger.
Ha!
only he knew how truly morbid that statement was. But yeah, for the next 3 days of this madman, anytime Val isn't in, I'm gonna say if he's not in the dining area, courtyard, or on the one offshoot where he did go up to the former head advisor's office to see if that man was still alive, Dr. Gavin, you will find Val in his parents' room.
Real quick question, Val.
May have the
The
quick answer.
king and queen, their soulless forms are indeed on their bed, correct?
Yes.
At what
Because
time?
the impression I got was that the bodies are still alive, but there's just no one home.
The time you walk to visit upon them, you actually see Mara heading in the same direction. And in fact, catch her as she is approaching the door.
Val doesn't think anything of this, as he probably thinks that she's coming to find him, so he will just go in after her.
Do I notice Val?
Yeah, indeed.
Alright, okay. She's just gonna turn and, hey there. So, I talked to Ophelia, and I have good news and bad news.
What's the... You know what? Hit me with the bad news.
Well, the bad news is that if we want to get your parents their soul back, we're gonna have to find them physically ourselves. But the good news is that if we do, Ophelia is able to put them back. Val?
I've been spending these last 3 days mourning them as I was getting ready to kill the physical bodies and send them to the afterlife as proper as I could. I've spent 150 years away from home, doing nothing but blaming them, the council, and the head advisor for what happened. And in more so than blaming them, I blamed myself and spent 3 days asking for forgiveness.
Mara opens her mouth to speak, but she is just... She can't think of what to say, so she just... Yeah.
I've accepted that in any term that could be thought of. My parents are dead. I'm gonna need to think on that, Mara.
Okay.
Mara,
Yeah.
thank you.
Of course. Anytime. I mean, you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I appreciate it. And with that, Val will open up the room, his parents' room, and go in.
Mara's going to walk in as well. And
As just real quick, as you enter, you see the living, but equally not their forms of the Elven King and Queen, on their beds appearing peaceful and comfortable. But nothing actually occurring, as it were.
His Majesty would have liked you.
huh? Oh, thanks.
He didn't always show it, but every so often I would catch him out of the corner of my eye when I would sneak out of the palace. He would also follow me when I was young to watch over me along with the guards. Um, and I would catch glimpses of him, and then I would always write it off as my imagination of, oh, son's doing something bad, dad's gonna be around every corner catching him. And no, it really was him following me and making sure I was all right. And then mom would always have, or Her Majesty would always have, the servants prepare our favorite meals the next morning because we would be out until the very dawn and I wouldn't get a wink of sleep, and neither would he. And so she would have our favorite meals prepped so we could have energy for the day and not act like we were just out all night.
As he's saying this, Mara's just going to slowly reach over and take his hand and squeeze it comfortingly.
Do you think you would have liked my parents?
Well, the way you talk about them, they seem like nice people.
I thought they were great people. Fitting rulers, the most respected sovereigns of any nation. No one would be able to hold a candle to them in my eyes. Till I met you.
Me?
Yeah. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I felt and have and still do and always will feel comfortable around you. Like I can always be myself, and you'll never judge me for that, just like my parents did.
Well, that's what friends are for, right?
Yeah, that's what friends are. And with that, Val will give you a hug, and this is a very, very strong but gentle hug. You can feel there's a ton of emotion behind it, that he is trying to wordlessly tell you something that he does not have the words to tell you.
And Mara she'll be a bit surprised for a moment, but then slowly she'll reach around and return the hug.
Really quick, Mara.
Yeah.
How? In fact, let me put it like this. Would you describe, at this moment, Mara's heart as being fully open?
I'm scared, but yes.
Are your eyes closed at the moment?
Yes.
As your eyes are closed, as you are sharing this tender-hearted moment of emotions understood yet not spoken, you see something. Even though your eyes are closed, you see something. You see what seems to be something akin to a string. Thin and gossamer in its shape, but strikingly beautiful. Almost as if made of stars. You see, as you follow it with your eyes, it connects the king, the queen, together. And as one, these two threads flow off somewhere. You see also two other threads, one for you and one for Val. As you gaze at them, you see that gently they are just beginning to intertwine.
Mara sort of her already pink face goes a slightly darker shade of pink before she tightens the hug and just sort of buries her face into Val's chest.
That's freaking adorable. I actually do think that's a very excellent spot to end it on, right there.
All right. Oh.
Yes.
Ship it, ship it.
Will they or won't they? Next time on Dragon Ball.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball. Oh.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball.
Also, Lana, that meme you sent, it was so hard to not immediately burst into laughter and just ruin the scene. Oh.
The best memes come at the most inappropriate times.
I mean, don't you want Costco and Windex to just
What? I'm very confused by that statement.
look in the memes channel?
Oh. No. How dare you?
Easily.
Oh. That, hang on. Hang on. Koga sent us something similar in another server. I need to see if I can find it, because it's great. Hang on.
And I will say next week should also be Rashiva, because that was the agreement made.
Yeah.
That was the agreed upon design.
Yeah.
So we're doing Rashiva next week, Friday as
Yep.
well? Okay.
Yeah.
Indeed.
If anyone wants my response to the last scene, you'll find it in the voice chat.
Ah, yes, I forgot that is a feature.
I didn't know it was a feature until a month after they introduced it.
Oh, beautiful.
Holy.
Okay, let's see.
Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, we've already had at least one fade to black.
5 days
For
worth.
a week, by the way.
Never letting Koga live that one down.
No. Nor should he be allowed to live it down. Just like he forgot his own anatomy.
Ah, here it is.
Context.
There it is. I
Yeah.
found it.
Forgot your own anatomy. Wait a minute.
Gloria certainly made Gideon forget his own anatomy, if you know what I mean.
God damn it. Okay,
Yeah,
and with
switched
that,
up his whole ass anatomy.
and with that, we are going to end the stream.
Quick, before YouTube kicks us off. Quick, before
Yes.
YouTube bans us.
Yes, I hope to see you guys next week when we will play, and then after that it goes back to the every other week schedule. So yeah, so yep. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. I am bad at this, even though I've been doing this for a while now, but